na mgbe anyị mechara n'obodo a na-ala obodo ekwensu bụ uzu ga na-ama jijiji ndị iro ga-anọ n'ọsọ ndị ọjọọ ga-anọ n'ọsọ ndị na-agwọ nsị ga-anọ n'ọsọ ndị okwu asị ga-anọ n'ọsọ eziokwu Chineke ga-apụta ihe onye anyị ka ya na-arịọ ugbu a na ruo mgbe niile ebido.
Welcome, my amazing viewers. Thank you so much for joining me on my program once again. I appreciate you wherever you're connecting from. If you have not subscribed to my channel, please kindly subscribe to my channel. Click the notification bell so that you'll be notified each time I upload a video. You will be among the first to receive it. Thank you so much for joining me wherever you are joining me across the world. Whichever part of the world where you are, in Asia, Europe, America, Australia. Wherever you are, thank you so much for joining. Please, each time you watch my video, go to the comment section. Put down your comment, express yourself the way you feel it. Whatever you have seen on the video that you are not very clear with, ask questions on the comment section. You can equally educate me on the comment section. I always read the comments at all time. I learn a lot from the comment section. It's very important for you and I. That is where we communicate, that is where we interact. People can learn from there. Not only myself speaking on the screen, there are people who are writing on the comment section, and when you read the comment section, you will be educated on so many issues. Even some issues that I was not able to touch, you will see them on the comment section. That is why it's very important for people to add their opinion on the comment section each time they are watching the video. Thank you so much, and remember this. Today, we are going to look into the issue of Biafra once again. The things that are happening in that very contraption called Nigeria, more especially in the southern part of Nigeria. It is not getting better any soon, and it's going to get worse. And if you look at things that are happening and the way people are acting, you will see that these old people, these people who call themselves elders, are bent on destroying the future of the young ones. They are bent on destroying the future of the young ones, and they are trying their possible best to see that the young ones do not learn from history. That is the work they have been doing. They have succeeded in taking away history from education in Nigeria. It is not just by the Fulani Janjaweed. Even our elders, they are hiding some secret from us that we have not known. And each time when they come, they shut us down. Thank God for technology. In this present 21st century, there is no information out there that you cannot access, unless if you do not want to access the information. Every information in this 21st century are in your palm. So many of us are using the smartphone. That smartphone you have in your palm is a very small thing, but it has a lot of power. It can take you to around the whole world in a minute. The smartphone you have in your palm can take you around the whole world in a minute. It is not just for you to make calls. It's not just for fun. It's not just for you to go to the Facebook and be chatting and say, make inquiries. You can ask questions on that very phone you are holding, and the phone will answer you. You can ask questions. There are so many questions that have answered in that very phone you are holding. Some things that are holding you down, the reason why you are not succeeding, the reason why you are not moving ahead, the reason why you are not making forward, they are all there in your cell phone. But some of us fail to access this information. That is why we are trying as well our best. Those of us that have the time to make research and come out with information. Thank God for Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, before ever he started the Biafra struggle, went so deep to make a lot of inquiries. He made a lot of research about the Igbos, about the Biafrans, about the southern part of Nigeria, about Nigeria as a whole. Mazi Nnamdi Kanu made a lot of inquiries, and that was why he was so successful in the actualization of Biafra. That is why he is so successful in the struggle. And whenever he said anything, he is not missing word. Take it to earth, don't take it to down to earth, take it up there, it is going to be the same thing. Everything that he has said and predictions are all accurate, because he has read enough, he has made inquiries enough, he has investigated enough. But you and I, what are we doing? Sometimes even the messages that are being left for us to listen to, we don't listen to those messages. That is why they say if you want to hide something from a black man, you hide it in a book, because we blacks don't read. We don't have time to read. But thank God some of us have devoted their time to read, get those information, and put it on video for us to see, at least to hear directly from them. But yet see, some people are not listening. It is so sad. It is so sad. It is high time we wake up from our slumber. It is high time we redeem ourselves from this evil that is coming to consume us. our elders are not there for us. They are not there to help you, neither are they there to help me. Not even their own children. They're not even helping their own children. You find out that those who call themselves elders in that very contraption called Nigeria, more especially the political elders, all those who call themselves elite, they are not even making any plan for their own children. When you talk about the accumulation of money, when you accumulate money and keep for children without giving them the sense on how to use that money will be useless. When you accumulate those money and pack it for them, think that they are going to live a better life, in the future they are going to suffer. They will have nobody to talk to because you have destroyed their future. There are certain names that once you see somebody and hear the name attached to that very person, you will not like to associate with that person. It doesn't matter how many millions the person has. People will not like to associate with you in public because of what your parents have done. Somebody like Abacha. Abacha is a bad name. Even in the north, in as much as some of the evil men in the north celebrate him, Abacha is an evil name that doesn't have to associate with anybody in this planet, in this world at a time. In the world, if you fly outside Nigeria and you associate yourself with the name Abacha, people will be looking at you twice. People will look at you twice before they deal with you. They will do anything with you. That is the example of the kind of life our political elites in Nigeria are living. They destroy the future of their own children unknowingly. Their children have no, after they have contested in their politics or whatever, after they have destroyed the politics, after they have ruled for so many times, you will never see any of their child coming out to contest again behind them. That is to show you how destructive and how wicked they are. Look at America. America, you see people, after a father have ruled the country, his younger ones will be coming from the same family with the same name coming up to contest. You see a lot of Clintons have come and gone. Reagans have come and gone. Bush have come and gone. So many of them. And so many are still online serving. But in Nigeria, where do you see them? Obasanjo have ruled a third name. Which other Obasanjo are you hearing of? Which other Obasanjo child are you hearing of? A man of almost getting to 90 years. Which other Obasanjo are you hearing? Look at your so-called the dead man Buhari. The dead man Buhari, who somebody is now posing to be in Asorok. Instead of handing over power to the youth or grooming his own child to be reasonable, he is now consuming his own time and that time of his own children. Do you think at any point in time in this world somebody will come to use that name Buhari to achieve anything in this world? Not even in Nigeria. Do you think anybody will use that name Buhari, I am the son of Buhari or in-law of Buhari, to achieve anything after his term? It's impossible. That is the kind of people we have. They come, they destroy themselves and destroy their lineage. Check all the people who have ruled that very contraction called Nigeria. Nobody comes behind them. Nobody comes behind them in their same family to contest and say, I'm contesting on this name, and because of that name, people vote him in. It doesn't happen anyway. This is the kind of people we have. I was really disturbed when I saw the interview that was granted to Edwin Clarke. You know, for a very long time, Mazi Nnamdi Kanu have been speaking up about this very man called Edwin Clarke, the evil intentions he have, that he is a great saboteur in Biafra land, and people don't seem to believe him. When you watch the interview that was done to him at BBC, you will know that this man is really a clown and he's really a saboteur that he is called. First thing, the only argument he has against Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is that Mazi Nnamdi Kanu was not born during the war. He doesn't know about the war. This is so ridiculous that these people who call themselves elite in the southern part of Nigeria, in that very original Biafra, they always come out with this argument that you are a child, you are not there during the civil war, so you cannot say anything about it. These people are all dumb. How do you think that somebody who wasn't present during the civil war don't know what happened in the civil war, doesn't know anything about it, and doesn't have any right to act against things that are happening, just simply because he was not born during the civil war? What a useless argument that they always bring. By the way, has the civil war ended? Has the civil war ended? What is it that happened in the civil war that is not still happening up to now? Is it hunger? Are people not still dying of hunger in this present time? Is it the jet fighter throwing bomb? Are they not still throwing bomb even as we are speaking now? What is that happened during the civil war that we will not? Is it death? Is it death that we are not seeing on a daily basis? What is that happened in the civil war that is not seen in this present time? the only argument you have against Mazi Nnamdi Kanu that he is too young, he didn't see the civil war. Now, those of you who saw the civil war, who were in the war and saw how it went, what effort have you made to make sure that that war didn't occur again? What effort have you put in place to make sure that that thing that caused that civil war never happened again? Where? What is your effort? What effort are you putting forward? Nothing. Nothing. All you are doing is just to fold hand and tell the youths, you didn't see the civil war. Because you didn't see the civil war, you shouldn't talk about things that are happening. What arrant nonsense. And these people shamelessly come at every point in time to talk trash on the media. When you see them pretending, talking all manner of nonsense, you think you are looking at human. You don't know that you are looking at evil men talking. Watch some part of the interview. I'm going to share some part of the interview with you so that you can see the kind of people you have as elites, people who they call elders, who go and hold meeting on your own behalf. People of 90 years who cannot have something to leave for their children when they die. Watch the video.
Okay. Let's talk about some other national issues now. Make we talk about insecurity, because that's now one big issue where Nigeria they battle with, from the southeast, where you see attacks on police formations and police officers and security officers, to the south, where we have they see issues of kidnapping, southwest, farmers, herders clashes, northwest, the issues of banditry and kidnappings, and the southeast, where Boko Haram is seen a big problem. How you go assess the response of the federal and state government to tackle all these issues?
Which issues?
Of insecurity.
Insecurity is a national issue that is actually eating into the fabric of this nation. And if we do not take time, we will have no country to show for it. So it is not a matter for political parties, not a matter for the executive alone, not a matter for National Assembly. It's a matter for all citizens of Nigeria. But unfortunately, power is in the hand of the executive at the National Assembly. All we are saying, provide enough material for our soldiers to fight. We have fought in other countries. We have fought in the Congo. We even fought in Europe, in Pakistan, in Asia. We fought in Africa, Sierra Leone, Liberia, Congo. Why today the Nigerian soldiers that are held very high in other parts of the world, today we cannot even conquer Boko Haram for 13 years, going to 20 years now. So it's a shame to all of us. It's an embarrassment to all of us. But unfortunately, the federal government is not taking this matter serious enough. Provide money. This is the time when extra budgetary should be made for the war. But unfortunately, those who are commanding those armies, those forces in those times, most of them were regarded not being clean, not being transparent. So the amount voted to buy weapons and so on, in most cases, they bought expired products from Eastern Europe, Ukraine and other places. And again, the ambassador, you remember the case whereby a general sent soldiers to carry 400 and something billion naira in a vehicle, and they were caught. What did they do to the general? What type of punishment did they give to him? So they have been stealing our money. For instance, let me say this. Priority should be given to serious fighting against these people. But the chief of army staff, Buratai, was building a university in his place. View with federal money, with the army, with the military army, money meant to fight the war. If I can challenge them, let them show in any of the budgets whether, listen, let them show whether in any of the budgets there was any allocation for the building of an army university when NDA is there, when other places that trainings are there. So this is how they wasted our money. So what do you want to ask?
Yes, Chief, I just you want to talk, say the former Chief of Army Staff go get something to say about the accusation to defend himself, say no be money. If he talk, say no be money where they meant for the army or
where did he get the money from?
Nine, they take build that.
Where did he get the money from? Where is it personal money? Is it extra budget from the federal government? This is a country we are using double standards. I do not think a chief of army staff from the south will have the impunity to build a university in his hometown without being queried. So this is where they spent our money. Secondly, there's no better understanding between the army military heads, the Air Force commander and the chief of army staff. During that time, they never understood themselves to the extent that each was following his own way. I'm 94. I see. I was a part of this government before, when Nigerian government, but when you were not yet born.
Make we talk about some other issues now, Chief. Make I just ask this a question. What do you think about IPOB, their leader, and their agitation to come out from Nigeria?
They are very unrealistic boys. They are not. IPOB, to me, is not pursuing the right thing. When this war was fought, I told the IPOB leader, he was not born at the time.
You don't meet Nnamdi Kanu before, Chief?
I've never met him, but I've challenged him, and he has also challenged me that I was a slave of the North. That's why he branded me. I told him, he has a good fight, that we are being neglected. The youths of the East have been neglected. The people of the East have been neglected. They have only 5 seats, whereas other regions have 6. One, in fact, had 7. Based on what? Nobody knows. So for every appointment that's been made in this country, the Igbos actually change. If you are distributing universities per state, they will have 5 states, 5 universities. South-South will have 6. Southwest will have 6. Northwest will have 7. But the Igbos formed the 3rd leg of this country when this country was created. So they had a good fight, they have a good problem. They complain, but not the way they are going about it. You want to create Biafra state. We fought a war. You want to fight another one again? The Igbos are the most progressive people in Nigeria today. They're found in everywhere. Since I was young, the blacksmith was from Oka. So I would sit by them when they are making their fire. But Kanu has never asked himself, if you bring all the Igbos scattered all over this country, where in the southeast can accommodate them?
So you support waiting President Muhammadu Buhari talk?
That
say
what?
IPOB na dots in circle. They no fear exist anywhere.
No. IPOB as a body has a good fight. They should have a good fight. But when they say they want to create another country, that's where I disagree with them. Listen, in 1970, when General Yakubu Gowon was the head of state and the war was over, I went with my governor, Brigadier Esro Gbumudia, to congratulate him. And he said, no, don't congratulate me. This is a family war. It's all over. No victor, no vanquish. I have 3 policies of reconstruction, rehabilitation, reconciliation. Go and help. And we did, and we helped. Even though our state was invaded at that time, without any justification. But what have we? He was overthrown in July 1975, so he could not carry out any of these jobs. But we have decided to live together. But if there is any problem, there's a legitimate way of fighting it. Not that you want to live and you want Delta to be part of a Biafra state, you want the rivers. Where?
So you don't think, say, the South, they part of that map? Because this is something we talk over and over again. Say if they come out,
what is it?
Delta, they part of Biafra.
How can Delta be part of Biafra? In what way? Is Biafra older than Delta? Are they bigger than Delta? How can River State become part of Biafra? No, or Akwa Ibom. They are dreaming, thinking about the eastern region of those days of pre-independent, the time states were created. So, he's a young man. But let me say this before I finish about IPOB. I hope the federal government will give him a fair and decent trial, open trial. Because I do not understand up to today how the federal government got him back into Nigeria. We remember the days of Omar Diko when he was being created in a big box to be kidnapped to Nigeria. I don't know how this young man was brought back to Nigeria. There are legitimate ways of doing it, legal ways of doing it, by extradition. Where he is, there will be court session to determine whether he committed a political offense or a criminal offense. That will determine whether it will be brought back or not. I do not think these were followed. And I think that the Kenyan government has a duty to tell us, is this boy lying? Was he in Kenya for 8 days with British passport?
But the Kenyan government don't deny, say they know.
No. The man said, I was abducted from Kenya. The man who was saying they were playing politics. During the trial, we will now hear this. Kanu should be made to make a statement to the public. But I do not agree with him, the way he's fighting the fight. You are just killing your people. You must listen to people. You must belong to a decent society. That's the way I disagree with it.
Yeah, President Muhammadu Buhari talk for one recent interview, say he get assurance from the elders from the South and also the youth, say South don't get any intention to talk about separation from Nigeria. You be one of those elders we believe in no separation.
I'm not a question of being an elder. I'm the leader of the Jaws. The INC he was referring to, the John National Congress, where the president led his newly elected executive to. I am the chairman of the board of trustees of that organization. The judge did not give Buhari any assurance. All they were saying is that we are part of this country. We are not breaking away from Nigeria. We are part of this country. We have no reason to secede, provided we would belong to a country where all of us are equal. Provided our area will be developed. Provided we will be allowed to participate in the oil industry in our home. This is what they said. So to quote them out of context is unfair and unpatriotic.
So, Chief, if the talk say make we not rule out in the nearest future, South also coming up with a position, say, then they marginalized and they won't come out.
We are not saying that. Who owns this country? Come out for who? Who owns this country? That I should now pack and go to where? We will fight for our rights here. And we are saying that they should mind their ways of doing things. When we got to the stage of taking our destiny into our own hands, you will know what we want, what we will do. I have said this several times. One day it may happen if nobody listens to us. If we are strangers in our own homes, where we have been exploited, where oil benefits of oil that is produced in our backyard, we don't benefit from it. We don't lift oil. We have no oil blocks. Even ordinary marginal oil fields, which are behind our houses. We apply for them, they won't give us. What have we done? At least as I sit down here and I have names of 23 senior managers of NNPC. They are from the north. We have nobody. When you talk about GMD, since Gayato Baseki retired or left, he's from South. All the GMD from that time, well, apart from Popoloku, from Southwest, and Kachuku of recent for 2 years or 1 year, where he was floating as a GMD, because Buhari had been holding that portfolio of Minister of Petroleum. So, what am I saying? We have been marginalized enough. We have been oppressed enough. We cannot continue. So that's why I'm saying, even look at the NDDC. The failure of NDDC today is not from our own people. They are using our people. We know where the money goes to. Enough is enough. We are not going to leave Nigeria for anybody, but we want our conditions to be met. If they are not met, we'll take our destiny into our own hands.
Finally, Chief, you talk say you know they against the fight of Nnamdi Kanu. Now in ways now the way he go about and you know they comfortable with. If you get the opportunity to see Nnamdi Kanu now, what do you go tell him?
I will tell him, my son, you did not meet the war. the civil war you are talking about. Your mother was pregnant. And when the war broke out in 1967, they left their home. Your mother born you for another place. You were 2 years old when the war ended. So, there have been people who are holding good positions in Nigeria too. But what we are saying is that it's not enough. They have been cheated compared with others. So when you come, fight for that battle. Either politically, go and vote for your own people. Not to wake up one day and say, I stop people from moving around. I will create my own army. No! I will take it gently. You are a Nigerian. You are fighting for the cause of your people, but not the way you are going. Take it easy, legitimately, and in a civilized way. That will be the advice I'll give to him.
Chief Edwin Clarke, thank you so much for your time.
Thank you.
After hearing from this man, you can see that this man is a confused person. Very confused. He has nothing to present against Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. Only that Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is too young to talk about Biafra. In as much as he came round to agree that the Igbos have been managed, it's not just about the Igbos. He just came round to agree that the southeastern part of Nigeria is being managed, even including his own section. His own station, they claim, that produced the wealth of that very country, the oil that they are fighting and want to die in. The only people who are enjoying is Edwin Clarke himself, not even his own children. In Niger Delta, you will see people living on top of water. In Niger Delta, that have built Abuja, built so many places, built so many mega cities. In that same Niger Delta where this man comes from, there are still people living on top of water. There are still people who live by fishing, who doesn't even see, there is nowhere to go and fish. There are people who doesn't know their left and right, who cannot read or write. They don't have schools, no hospital, no road. They are living on top of water in where he comes from. And yet he doesn't see anything wrong about it. He is not fighting for it. All he does is he goes to Abuja. Once Abuja map out the money they give him every month, they send it to him. He doesn't care about anything that happens. He doesn't care. Which he admitted. A lot of things is going on. What have you been doing to correct those things? Nothing whatsoever. Nothing. Absolute nothing. He cares about himself, and that is it. These are the kind of people you want us to hope on. These are the kind of people you want us to look up to. How can any responsible or reasonable person look up to this man, carry his future and put on the hand of these people like this? It is a shame, the kind of people we have. It's a shame. Whatever he's saying there, any other thing he's saying there is just a planned game. The main thing is that he is not fighting for the survival of the southeastern region, which he himself, his own family and his children are included in. He's not concerned about it. He's not concerned about it. You didn't make promise to Buhari that you are going to make sure that Igbo didn't survive. But from your actions and the way you are behaving, holding strong on your so-called Niger Delta, trying to separate even Port Harcourt from the original Biafra we are talking about, the Biafra we are talking about, is trying to separate Port Harcourt and Cross River from it, when you know that even the second in command in Biafra is from that very area. This is how they are displayed. Lies everywhere. May God have mercy on you people. To refresh your memory, I'm going to play a video of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, what he said about this man, so you don't forget who was talking. What Mazi Nnamdi Kanu has to say about this man. Watch the video.
I love to know that I love it. Because you can't stop us. You can gossip all you like, it's irrelevant to me. You can't stop us. Are you going to stop us? Who has gossip ever stopped before? If I want to leave here now to go to the kitchen, is gossip going to stop me from going to the kitchen? Some people give undue attention to idiots. I'm saying you are gossiping. Will it stop me from going to US after COVID-19 lockdown has been lifted? Some people, I don't know. I now come to the issue of Niger Delta. I want to show you how stupidity works in the zoo called Nigeria. An open letter to President Muhammadu Buhari, but the man writing the letter knows that Buhari is not there. Do you see the hypocrisy of the so-called elders? You are an elder and you're there and evil is happening and keep quiet. And I want to ask, this letter was written by Edwin Clarke. He was a traitor during the war. He sold Biafra. He was a very terrible man. Very, very terrible human being. A traitor. A traitor to his people. They said they don't want Biafra. Igbo man will dominate also. But now, after 50 years, nothing has improved where he comes from. He is now writing a letter to a little boy of 30 years old. Meanwhile, he's 92. And I wish him happy birthday, by the way. He's writing to a 30-year-old boy. Fraud, a fake. In Asoro. Begging him. I'll read it a bit for you. Let me begin by expressing earnest gratitude and appreciation to Mr. President. Which Mr. President? The one in Saudi Arabia in a grave? Or this Aisha's boyfriend? He's an elder. He knows everything. He's an elder. Elder statesman. I thank you for congratulating me on my 92nd birthday. Sorry, he's now 93, sorry. I deeply cherish the thoughtful gesture and the kind remarks. As Mr. President rightly stated in the two congratulatory messages, I have rendered over 70 years of my life to the service of this country. Oh dear me. He has rendered services to Nigeria, his country, for 70 years. And I want to ask Pa Edwin Clarke, in that 70 years, is there any running water in your village? Any hospitals? You rendered service. I want to find out what service you rendered for 70 years. Let's face it. Okay, sorry, I understand, sir. You made sure that the money from Biafra land built Abuja, while our mothers are going to the stream that they go to toilet in to fetch water to drink. 70 years service to the country. When somebody is 70 years, they'll be wondering what you did. So I'm asking you, what did you do for 70 years? Apart from be an informant for Fulani. Now you're writing a letter. Pleading. Oh, things are going wrong in our zone, in South. He's an elder, he's learned. And he knows that South doesn't exist anywhere in the world. Only in their imagination. Let me highlight some of the few puzzling and embarrassing. But I thought you said an Igbo man is your problem. Edwin Clarke. An Igbo man that said an Igbo man is his problem. Can't you see? He's now writing a letter. Where did the job people come from, if not Igbo? Where did they come from? From where, I ask you? Did they come from? Are they not Igbo? Oh, the day I will give you that history, most of you commit suicide, or you go and drown in the creeks because you know nothing. I respect your age because you're a father, but you are a disappointment to this generation and next. Very sad. I can't. It's an embarrassment. You're writing to a boy you know that is your great grandson. You're calling him Mr. President. Aisha's boyfriend, you're writing to him saying, Mr. President. You are afraid. When we were selling Biafra in those days, preparing to serve the zoo, if they tell you will come to this, will you believe it? Like cancer everywhere. If you betray Biafra, you'll be reduced to nothing by those you're serving. Have you seen it now? You're now writing letter and you're begging. You are begging now. Please help us. We are in Niger Delta. We are in South. In fact, let me see if he used the word Niger Delta here. I don't think he did. I think it was mostly South. Because that useless word, Niger Delta, we have destroyed it. Niger nigger is here now. Or Delta nigger. Delta absurdity. Delta idiots is here, is there now. Google it, the meaning of black in Latin is there. Niger Delta. Do you see how foolish you now sound? Nigger Delta. They are now begging, oh, you have removed us, oh, there is nobody to replace. 70 years of service. Our mothers are fetching water from a stream where they bathe and they go to toilets. 70 years service. When you write it like this, any idiot. Hey, he's an elder statesman. Statesman in your pocket. In your house in Abuja. And your latest wife. That's the only thing you've achieved. You've achieved nothing. Nothing. An empty, vacuous life filled with betrayal and treachery. The people you're serving in the north, Fulani, did they betray the people as you betrayed your own? Edwin Clarke, I'm asking you, the people in Fulani people, did Fulani betray their people the same way that you did? You should be ashamed of yourself and stop writing. You're begging. I thought you said the woman is your problem. Not Fulani. But now you're writing and you're begging. Fulani people. You're not ashamed. Nigger Delta. A Delta of absurdity. A Delta of darkness. A Delta of hopelessness. That's the name you gave yourselves. What a shame. What a very big shame. I said after tonight, things will no longer be the same. Some will repent, some will die. But in the end, Biafra will come. We are not stopping. We are unstoppable. Nobody, they've not given birth to you. You can't stop us. If you say what I'm preaching is not correct, come out. Come out. After dealing with you, your wife will not cook for you for a year. I will disgrace you publicly that if you go back, your wife will not serve you food for a year. If you claim you went to school, come out. Destroy you. You are 92 years old. You spent 70 years serving Fulani. In your place, there is no running water. 70 years of service to the country. Which country? But you've not heard that charity begins at home. Traitors. Traitors everywhere. You claim your elders, you want respect. But you saw our future. And you want respect. If you did what you're supposed to, would there be any militancy in the southern part of Biafra land? There will be no militancy now. There will be no need for it. Because you would have done your job. Nobody should call. It's not time for calls. I don't know where people are calling from. Now you're begging for position. After betraying Biafra, betraying your land, and now you're writing. OFRACON. Empty. Rubbish. Vacuous. As old as you are. You left no legacy. The only legacy you left is a legacy of betrayal of your people. You ran to the north. You sold Biafra. They gave you ordinary commission of information. And you think they loved you. You betrayed Jonathan. Edwin Clarke, did you not betray Jonathan? How many, the percentage of a job that voted for Jonathan compared to Igbo? Which one is greater? More Igbo people voted for Jonathan by percentage than a job. Sorry, must pronounce it correctly. To tell you who we are, fairness. Fairness. That's who we are. I asked a man, walking on my car, and I asked him, why did you say you vote for Jonathan? He said, because Jonathan is my brother. He doesn't know who Jonathan is. You know what? I'll never forget. He said, Jonathan is my brother. That's why I vote for him. Do you feel that way towards the Igbo people? Edwin Clarke, do you feel that way? Despite all the betrayal, he said, Jonathan is my brother. Do you feel that way? Don't you have guilty conscience? You can't go, you cannot even ask for forgiveness. All you betrayers during the war. Traitors everywhere. You're writing a letter to a 30-year-old boy. In the night, he will go to sleep with Aisha. In the night, you're writing a letter begging for appointment. You're not ashamed of yourself. You are begging, as you are begging for Niger Delta, so have they stolen all the money and taken it to the north. Look at, I want people to go and Google projects in the north. The Air Force Hospital in Daura, Federal Polytechnical Daura, 18 billion University of Translation inaugurated in Daura, Buhari's hometown Daura to have battalion barracks after Air Force built reference hospital in his village, Daura. Katsina refinery ready in 2021. Edwin Clarke, do you see how people behave? Although Buhari is dead, they are doing everything in Daura in his name. What did you do for your people? Elder statesman. Oh, you're insulting an elder. What have you done for your people, Edwin Clarke? Let me repeat what they have done since you betrayed Jonathan in 2015. Because you're a serial betrayer. You are a traitor to your people. You are a traitor to your people. And I pray that God will keep you alive to see Biafra because you are an evil man. You are an evil man. You represent a constituency within Izon that is poisonous. A very poisonous, full and controlled constituency. My happiness is that you people are in the minority. You are in the minority. You are. If there is a place beside Izon now, 99.9% will vote for Biafra. I said 99.9 because they know who you traitors are. Because you appear on TV, because you write for newspapers, people don't know who you people are. But we know you. Let me remind you, the little boy that you're writing to, please help us now. Peter Sad is no longer there. You removed him. Let me remind you what they did in Daura. People that have brain. Unlike you're an elder, you claim 70. Let me. Okay. They've been there now for less than 6 years. Let me tell you what they have done. You've been serving the zoo for 70 years with nothing. Let me tell you what they have done in 6 years. Listen carefully. Air Force Base, Hospital, Daura. Federal Polytechnical, Daura. 18 billion, University of Daura. Air Force Barracks, Daura. Katsina Refinery, Daura, ready in 2021. Rail line from Kanu to Daura, only 6 years old. You are 70 years, and you are begging, writing letter. I'm begging you now, we are South. Please give us one position, at least. The person you are begging, I'm reading out for you what they have done in their village. NDE trains 1,000 women in Katsina. Federal government constructs transmission station in Daura. Federal government approves 2 billion for building of Food Mass Medical School in Daura. Do you want more? 70 years of service. You are writing a letter begging for a position in NNPC. And you want me to respect you. Do you see the price of treachery? The same way that I tell word all the time. One day you will pay. You don't know what God was doing with IPOB. You had no clue because you're blind in the spirit. Some of you cannot see. You want us to go and take a keg of palm wine to come to your house begging you as an elder. When we started, something, if you are honest, something should have told you that these people mean well for everybody. But because of treachery and betrayal which runs in your blood, you betrayed IPOB. And people came shooting and killing innocent young men in my house. And all some of you fools can think about is you are insulting your elders because you're older, maybe by 8 or 9 years. That's all. Some said we didn't insult our parents that way because our parents, our grandfathers were not as stupid as people are. They believed in the truth. If you go to outside and bring money home, they will kill you. I still remember. If your mother finds you with money, you are finished. After dealing with you, they will wait for your father to come back. She will report you to your dad. Your dad will even want to bury you alive. And that's where you got the money from. Your children are the ones now going and stealing and defrauding people to be rich. And you welcome them. You give them chieftaincy title. And you want God to bless you. You must be insane. And you claim you're an elder. You brought Fulani to come and kill your people. You and Ike Premado, you went. And some idiots, Ike Premado, after, that is how that black people are. After stealing the money meant for road construction, somebody will say, hey, he's our leader, excellency, excellency. Because you're black, you cannot reason. Very well. That is the truth. That's what I'm here to tell you. You may not like it, but it is, and I'll keep preaching it. Until it sinks in. I keep preaching it. People, oh, Fulani is here. They're in my village. Oh, they killed somebody yesterday in Uguta. I know somebody from Uguta who is an arch-saboteur. Fighting IPOB, arch-saboteur. And he will never visit Biafra land. He will die. He will be buried abroad. It's an order that I've given. If I'm alive or dead, it's an order that I've given. He cannot be buried in Biafra land. They are fighting IPOB. And as God will have it, in his village, Fulani killed one of them yesterday. Sadly, I wrote about it. And because I complained and the video went viral, the useless Supreme Court governor went there or sent somebody there today. Treachery never pays. Treachery in life never pays. Sabo, there is no change, there's no gain in being a saboteur. Never in life. Look at Edwin Clarke. 93 years old. As the traitor he is, he's writing a letter, love letter. Dear President, give us at least one position now. You have taken everything, give us one. I feel sorry for you people.
You can see, Mazi Nnamdi Kanu has always been right. He has always been right. He has always been vindicated in everything. And may Chukwu Abiyama continue to guide and protect Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. May Chukwu Abiyama continue to give Mazi Nnamdi Kanu strength, give him good health, so that he can come and join us very, very soon. Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is coming up with the flag of Biafra flying high. And we are getting there very soon. It doesn't matter what they do. It doesn't matter what they say. We will be there. Thank you so much for watching. And remember this. Bye-bye. See you again on the next video.